Today on Texas Home Improvement, we're going to change out a tank water heater for Rinnai tankless water heater. We're going to go through all the steps so you know what to expect if you're thinking about going tankless. And I got to tell you up front, I love tankless water heaters. Have one in my own house, and the main reason is only using energy when you're actually using hot water. And let's face it, most of the time, nobody's home. Why do you want to keep using energy to keep water hot for when you come home 12 hours later? So let's get started with this project. All right, when you're changing out a water heater, one of the things you got to keep in mind, you're actually supposed to be a licensed plumber. So I'm going to introduce you to Chris Boggs. He's one of my licensed plumbers, and he's going to take care of this. And journeyman plumber, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first step is going to be to hook up the drain line and drain the existing tank type water heater. Now this is a process you're going to want to get started early because it can easily take an hour and a half to drain this water heater.
Now when our heater is completely drained, time to carry it down and start on the tankless.
Now Chris, one of the big issues with going from tank to tankless is typically going to be the gas supply line.
Correct.
Are we got enough gas here coming in for the tankless?
Yes, sir, because it's coming off, the tankless can run up to 64 feet on half-inch gas line.
Okay, and we're plenty short of that here, so.
Only about a foot, the rest is all 3/4 and up to the 1.25" gas main right here.
We're good to go then. Let's get this puppy changed out. All right, so the water heater's empty, which means it's time to get that one out, and then you can start installing the tankless.
Yes, sir.
Now, one of the big considerations when going from a tank to tankless is the gas supply line. And you gotta have enough gas for a tankless to operate. So what's our specs here?
You need 20, you can run up to 21 foot of half-inch gas pipe.
Okay.
But this one we only have about a foot, and then it's 3/4 in the 1.25" main, so we have plenty of gas feed.
And that's gonna be the critical part to making this change out inexpensive. A lot of people ask, you know, is it cost effective for me to go to tankless? Well, if you had to run 60 feet of 3/4 inch line, chances are it's not cost effective for you. But on a short run like this, absolutely. Now, Chris, one of the other things is going to be the venting. Are we going to need to change out our venting here, or is this vent going to be adequate for the tankless water heater?
We're going to run 2-inch PVC, and then we can connect the vent pipe directly to the metal that we have existing.
Okay, so our penetration through the roof should be adequate then.
Yes, sir, because it has the cap, so all we need to do is put the 2 by 3-inch rubber boot on, and the rest is good from there.
All right, we'll get this project going.
Try to go a little further. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. All right, you go ahead and go down. I got it. You can go down more. And it'll grab on one of the steps.
So we got the old tank water heater out of here, and as you can see, it really opens up a lot of space. And if you had a closet, for instance, that had a tank type water heater in it, you can gain a whole closet back in your house by going tankless. First thing we got to do is get this brace put on, and what that's for, that gives us a place to mount the new tankless water heater. We'll move my finger out of the way. There'll be a brace on the top and bottom, and then the tankless water heater will get hooked on and start hooking up the gas lines, the water lines, the vent lines, all the stuff to make it work properly.
The first thing we would hook up would be the water, especially with the CPVC, because we need to have time for the glue to dry. And this is what we'll use to go from our CPVC pipe to the actual tankless with the valves.
Well, Chris, looks like another fine job here.
Yes, sir. We got everything done. This is the where you get the air into the intake.
Yep.
For the tankless. This is your exhaust. And we go down here. You have your hot water line with your service kit for when it's time for the annual maintenance.
Okay.
Same, here's the TMP line for the pressure relief valve. So if something doesn't stop running, it discharges the water to prevent.
Keep it from pressuring up.
Yes. Same thing, main cold line with also with the shutoff valve, an extra one with the service kit. And the main shutoff line to work on everything. And then your gas is coming in from the back, tying in right here.
And then of course, the one thing you always got to keep in mind, you need power. You know, it's not just going to run off gas alone. You've got to have a little electric for the ignition switch and to control basically the motherboard on it, because it does have a computer on board, these tankless water heaters. But at this point, this house is rigged out for endless hot water supply. And I can tell you, I have personally filled the hot tub at my house using my tankless water heater and been able to jump in right after I got it filled. So they do supply endless hot water.
Yes, sir. I think this job is wrapped up.
Now this particular one is not just a tankless water heater, but it, you're able to use the PVC vent, which means it's a condensation.
Tankless water heater, yes.
Right, so.
The exhaust is cooled off before it exits, so you don't need the double wall vent pipe. It can vent solely on PVC.
And that's also a lot more energy efficient than using the one that's venting all the hot air out. Now, if you're looking for a tankless water heater for your home, give Due West Plumbing a call. We'd be more than happy to help you out.